No, it should be live on stream. It's not. Oh, it is what it is. All right, welcome back. When we last left off, actually, I did a recap. Part of me putting the recap in the Snapchat was so I could pull it up. But yeah, just a recap for Melvin, who just got here, Loggy. So an earthquake. Session 1, June 25, 22. Vincent Jones, a Canadian, feels an earthquake. And then nobody else notices the earthquake. And then Vincent goes into a field. And that field, he sees a meteor come. And that meteor splashes onto Vincent. But lightly. But not lightly enough to, keep him alive. So there goes Vincent. And then in the same spot, a couple thousand miles south, thousand? I don't know. In North Carolina on the same day, myself, I'm hosting an apartment warming party. That's actually a legit apartment warming party, by the way. So June 25th, June 25, I will be having an apartment party. Because it'll be the week after I moved in. So there's that. Well. Yeah, so many. For sure. Everything, all the details. For the seriously. It has a Sykkuno sticker. That's all that it has. And a Boba sticker. Because I'm addicted. Anyways, Anthony, Alex, Melvin, Josh, Nader are invited among others. Same earthquake happens to the party, and nothing on the news about it. No, nothing on phones or anything like that. But after a while, flash happens outside the window. Everyone is in the middle of, everyone that's in the party kind of rushes over to the window, and then a flash happens, and boom, everybody is in the middle of a medieval church. With lots of guard and clergymen. Vincent, Alex, and Josh wake up not as humans. Anthony, Melvin, Nader, Richard wake up as humans. They summon too many sacrifices, and Anthony and Melvin get a spear. The rest get chained and paraded throughout the city. Eventually, they get transported to a forest, and the forest happens to have an eye popped out of the ground. Not sure why. Nader gets selected as the first tribute to be guillotined. But right before that happens, thugs and bandits attack, and they free Richard, Josh, Alex, and Vincent. As they're escaping in boats, Richard gets shot in the back with an arrow and left behind. Josh, Alex, Vincent go down waterfall and get separated. After a month, they get a text on their phone, which to this point was not functioning at all. They just kind of kept it for memento. From Nader. And then Nader gave them an exact coordinates with a Google Maps view of a location. So that is the recap. So we'll start right there. So Vincent, Vincent, Josh, and Alex. You guys all receive on your phone a text from Nader. And Vincent, you're not really sure who Nader is. You kind of remember that it was the dude that was part of that got kidnapped for you guys. Right? But you guys get what looked like GPS coordinates. And then there's a link to it on the phone, on the text message. And it leads to a map, a Google map. But the map itself is, you know how like sometimes when the map is slow to load, you can only see like yourself and like the pin location? It's like that. So like the entire map is gray, but you do have like directions. No, it's not a group message. Or it could have been a group message, but everybody has Androids, you know, and it kind of just sends it individually. Yeah. So yeah. Vincent, what do you end up doing? You do not know it's a tavern. You just know it's a undisclosed location. Hmm. Yep. All right. And then Alex. You get the text. You get the location. He's got some pizza. Yeah. That's unfortunate.
Location to the best of my ability. And while I'm doing that, if there are any opportune moments that there's caravans or people that look like they have too much money in their pocket, I might help try and relieve them of some of their goods.
This owl now has like a beak piercing. Is that what you're doing?
I actually just put a lot of mud around my face.
I can't believe I
like
forgot that.
Brown owl instead of a little more like white and tan.
Oh, it's not a Superman situation.
Turns out I did not have audio for you guys at the beginning. Whoopsies.
Oh.
This is a great stream.
Great start to the stream.
Awesome stream.
Yeah. Thank you, Keith, for letting me know. Alright. So Anthony cautiously makes his way there. Alex, you disguise yourself as kind of a different owl. Oh, did we lose Alex?
No, I'm here. Sorry, I didn't know that I needed to respond to that. Yes, that's the plan.
Gotcha. All right. And then, lastly, we have Josh.
So since I know Nader, I'm gonna go. But if there's any like clear, I don't even know if this is a building or not.
No, you just have a location.
Well, since I'm a rogue, I'm not gonna just show up. I'm gonna try to observe from a distance and keep hidden and see if Nader actually shows up.
All right. This location is pretty far from all you guys. It's about a day's or 2 days journey. But it mostly what you're getting is it's going north, so generally away from that big city that you spawned in, essentially. So you guys are all going a little bit north, going to takes a couple days for some of you, but eventually you guys start hearing and seeing airships just going to and fro. And then as you get closer and closer to this point, you can see more and more airships, and then you can start seeing some like civilized like outskirts of like a farm that's just kind of in the middle of the field. And then you can finally see what looks like a small little town, about fairly medium-sized Has some encampments. Has like walls. You can see it's fairly big. But you notice that there are a lot of just airships kind of going to and fro. And then most of these airships have propellers. They have balloons. They don't look like a regular Boeing or something like that where they have wings. They look like they're more Zeppelins.
And approximately how high up are they flying?
About some, as they're kind of ascending, they're going about 200 feet up in the air. And then some you can see maybe 1,000 feet up in the air.
Okay.
2,000. A little bit harder to tell.
Is there anything that identifies this town? Does it have like a sign? What does it mean?
You don't notice any kind of signs or anything like that, but you do notice that the walls are made of stone. Looks like fine masonry work as you're kind of approaching. You're trying to keep your way out from people because so far all your experience has been negative when it comes to interacting with anybody. Looks like there are a couple main gates though that you can enter this town.
I presume there are guards at the main gates.
From what you see from this far off, you're just gonna assume there are some guards so far based off of everything that you've seen so far. There aren't unguarded towns.
Question: at this point in time, are we all there at the same time, but in different? No.
We're just kind of, for the ease of it, you guys arrive at different times, but we're just gonna say that we're just gonna use this as
we're just gonna take the
whenever
turn.
whenever you hit.
Oh,
the town.
okay.
Yeah,
that's fine.
And I get close enough to try and identify if those guards have that red dragon sigil that I have identified as being bad news bears.
Yeah. As you kind of get closer and closer to town, give me a stealth check with advantage because of your looks.
Okay. Shift is with advantage, right? Oh, sorry, I didn't press the thing. Yeah. That's one, and then the other one.
Blank.
Jesus Christ! +7.
Oh, are we still using the same server from last time?
No. We're using a different one. It's in general.
Okay, thank you. I meant to ask that earlier.
Yeah. So as you kind of start peeking your way in, trying to take long glances, a farmer walks up to you. What you doing there? I haven't seen you around here.
Well, that's because I'm new in town.
Hi, new in town?
Yes. Well, you can call me Charles, but you see, I actually have an ex that I believe is in this part of town, and I was trying to scope out to determine if she was here or still present. It would be awkward if I run into her. I kind of owe her some money. Look, it's a long story. I didn't want to get into it. Say, you look like you're from around here.
I am.
You are, yes. I've got a friend who wants me to meet him in town that I'm trying to, like I said, trying to avoid the whole X situation. So, how, when one goes into town, is there do we need a passport? Do we need to check in with anybody, or is it just pretty informal getting in?
It's pretty informal, especially if you have something to trade. You got something to trade? I don't see anything.
No, you see, I'm pretty hand to mouth at the moment. Don't really have stable income, mostly living off the land in between towns looking for work. So, not a lot in the trade department.
Makes sense. I mean, I here just run my farm, and it kind of points to like a little farm in the distance. And then you notice he's kind of pretty poor, wearing some like rundown peasantry clothes, and then is kind of with like a ox, and has like a little wagon that's being carried by that ox. Well,
I'm in the freelancing business, so
okay.
If you need assistance with anything around the farm and you see me around, feel free to reach out. I see what I can do for you.
Sure.
I don't work strictly for money. I also work for favors and for food and for information. Very specifically, if you happen to know a way into town that, I'm less likely to run into somebody that I may recognize, that type of information would be valuable to me, and I'd be willing to work out some sort of trade if you have that kind of information.
Give me a charisma check. Or persuasion, sorry.
Hey, that's better.
Well, you seem like a decent fellow. We need decent fellas around here. Hop in the back. Hop in the wagon.
Okay. And I jump on in the back of the stocks wagon.
As you jump into the wagon, you notice that it's kind of full of wheat and then various other produce, some tomatoes that are kind of boxed in. You could just put yourself behind the tomatoes, and then we'll just I'll let the guard know that what's happening, just so the guard isn't freaked out. But yeah, you could just lay low, put some wheat on yourself, hide behind some of the tomatoes, and we're good.
Convenient. Nesting comes natural to my people.
Yeah, sure.
Kind of burrow
I
in.
haven't really met much of your people, but sure. All right, and then he starts walking. As you get closer, you do notice that all the guards are wearing red and black. You notice that some of the guards look fancier than the others, and they're wearing just purely black ebony armor that has the dragon sigil. Dragon sigil seems pretty prevalent around here.
Are the guards so the fancy guards, they're in plate?
Yeah, they're in plate.
And then like regular guards, are they in like leather?
They're in like tunics. Yeah, they're in tunics, like leather tunics. Some of them have chainmail over their kind of tunics. They're not really super organized, but you notice all of them do have big pointy spears.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. As all you guys are approaching, you do realize that this town has various troves and troves of wheat fields. Looks like probably wheat is their biggest export, or at least the thing that gets them going, gets their food. And then you notice one of the rivers kind of runs behind the town.
Is there a mill set up along the river?
There are a couple mills.
Okay.
You can see some windmills, some gin mill. I don't know why I said that. That's literally a fucking bar. Oh my god.
I also find it interesting that there are windmills on this river. Typically, those are just mills that use the river. But
yeah. Don't say that. I'm just bad at mills. So
wow,
yeah,
you don't know your ancient milling techniques?
I gotta go study up on my ancient mills. My bread making mills. But yeah, and then you notice that the river source is actually coming from the mountains that are kind of towards your left, towards the west, as you're kind of heading up. And you can always, essentially what you feel like and what you've noticed from looking around is the mountains are always visible, at least from some part. And also something that you do remember is that there is no ocean. So you're not sure what the river is doing when it reaches its end.
And I know this from my maps.
That 1 month time frame, just knowing that.
Okay, I didn't know if all of us had experience with approaching the world or worlds.
Yeah, essentially all you guys have kind of heard about. The information that you've gotten is the key points is that airships are the prevalent form of transportation here, especially country to country. And then the second big thing is there is no ocean. It's just a free fall. So no water anywhere. So a big thing that you also know is that water is a super valuable resource now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So you assume that countries and lakes and continents that have countries and continents that have a lake or some source of runoff is doing a lot better than other countries.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll go with Alex as he's kind of leading the charge. As you kind of approach closer and closer, you notice the walls aren't really too high. They're about 20 feet tall, but they are manned. You got some people with crossbows, some people with halberds, some people with spears. And then You kind of hear the peasant folk that you're talking to is the Dragonborn. Hey man, I got here a fella, and he looks around. Hey, he kind of goes to the cart. Hey, you never told me what your ex looks like.
Yeah, she's a dwarf.
She good. Dwarf. Okay, got it.
Yep, and she's got red hair.
Red. Got it.
It's sometimes wearing glasses, depending on
Sure.
depending on, what she's working on. Obviously, doesn't work.
He starts looking around. No, none of that I can see.
Great.
And then he tells the guard,
bud.
hey, he was just trying to hide from his ex, but I brought a cool fella over here. And then the guard, who is an orc, wearing some chainmail, doesn't look too intimidating as compared to other orcs that you would think, such as in like Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. Fairly average size, kind of like a 6 foot build, slender build. Well, what you trying to go to town for?
Well, to keep it on the down low, I've got a friend who potentially has an employment opportunity, and as you can guess by my garb, I'm sort of between jobs at the moment. So just any sort of employment, and so it's not an opportune place for me to be, which is why I'm on the down low. But just general employment, potentially adventure work.
All right. Sure, I get it. Make sure you get yourself checked out at the temple. See if they got any work for you.
Absolutely.
Yep.
That'll be second place on my list. Thank you so much.
All right, feel free. And then he lets you through. All right. And then we'll go over to Vincent.
I've traveled relatively slowly to this location.
Sure.
Coming down from the foothills of the Arden Peaks, and I've just been taking my time. Upon approaching the mark on them, whatever GPS magical bullshit this is, I'll make sure to like stay kind of in the trees, and I'll observe for a while, probably a few hours. And if anyone ever approaches, I'll like back further in. After well, if all that goes without a hitch, I'll remember that mark that one bandit kind of showed us, that one sigil of the two C's overlapping.
Mhm.
I will begin trying to carve it into a tree, so maybe one of my friends might notice it if they're looking for something like that.
Sure.
And be able to meet up here, because personally, looking at the skated community through the tree lines, Vincent can't think of a good way of how to get in. Again, the last time he went towards a village, he got recognized immediately, and I guess I don't know exactly how much time has passed, but I'm not willing to give that another go quite
It's a month and a couple days.
Yeah, I mean, it's just hard to track time when you've got transported to a medieval society.
True.
So yeah, I'll try to find a nice little area. Probably, I don't know how close the tree line gets to the city, but
Meet the
I'll
cat.
wait there. Yeah, he's getting on my
Okay.
notebook.
As you start heading towards, you kind of, as you watch, you see other people just freely coming and going. Nobody's getting really checked. They're just making sure nothing kind of gets, no rabble rousers or anything like that.
Okay. Well, upon noticing this, I think it will slowly build up the confidence in Vincent, and I will wait till like the midday after I get there, like, relatively afternoon, and I'll kind of emerge from the woods, like still in the woods away from the city, and then I'll like get on the main path and just walk as confidently as I can up to the village, and hope they don't really question me entering.
All right. You see an orc about 6 feet tall. Hey, you look new here.
Yes, I am. I'm relatively new. I've just been traveling around in the foothills, and this is the first little village I've come across in some time. I was hoping to seek refuge here tonight. Is that okay?
Sure, sure. An owl fella kind of stopped by too.
Oh,
Anyways.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen many of those before, but
Yeah. Well,
anyway.
check in at the temple, and then you'll be good to
Alright.
go.
Where might that be?
Yep, just follow the signs. It's kind of straight down. Not hard to find. It's the biggest building out here.
Perfect. Thank you so much, sir.
Yep.
And I will follow these temple
What
signs.
up, Sue's Souls Unknown? Alright, so you go down. 1 second, I gotta go adjust something. Bro, Discord gets like trippy.
Yeah. Managing all these apps can be quite difficult.
It is very difficult to just manage all this.
I'm glad I just have to worry about Foundry and this, and I guess D&D Beyond, but Foundry kind of handles that.
All your pictures just froze, and I don't know why. I actually don't know why. What the heck?
I'm just staying really still right now.
Mm-hmm. Is it because it's not full screen? Yeah, I don't know. So we'll get that fixed eventually. Oh, now it's working. All right, cool. It's just because it wasn't full screen. They're not fellow Dragonborn. It's just gnome, owl, and turtle dwarf. But there are some as NPCs.
We
Alright.
can no longer hear. Oh,
Sorry, yeah.
I think he was talking to Twitch chat.
Yeah, I was talking quick Twitch chat. All right. So yeah, you kind of head in, and then finally, Josh. Starting to get a little bit later as you arrive into town.
So it's a little darker, right?
It's pretty even.
Well, I look like a homeless vagrant rogue. So the guard will probably think I'm very suspicious. So can I try to perceive a sneakier way to get into town without being seen?
You see only one big gate. You're not really sure if there's any side entrances, so you have to spend some time just to take a look at it. Take a look at the wall, see if there's any openings or anything that you can kind of figure out.
I'd like to take a look at that. See if there's anywhere I could fit my small gnomish body.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Give me a perception check.
Okay. And my apologies beforehand.
Apology not accepted beforehand.
All
Alright, think.
What should I roll? 20?
Yeah, it should be on your character sheet.
Oh Lord.
Perception's on your character sheet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh god, one of those.
I can add your stuff onto it. +3. So 6. You
Okay.
can always click on your person in Foundry, and then go to skills and then perception.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you can always do that if you want.
Okay. Well, I've already kind of rolled. And it was a terrible
So we'll
roll,
give you
so
a
I'm gonna
6.
live with it.
Yep. Okay. You take a look. Nothing that, unless you try climbing over the wall, you can't find any openings to it.
Mm-hmm.
There was an opening. You probably see it.
Let's see.
Mhm.
Well, I don't have any climbing gear, so I guess I'm gonna go ahead and talk to the guard.
Sure. As you kind of approach, there's only one guard kind of standing. It's kind of 6 foot tall orc, pretty slender build. The orc looks like he's falling asleep. You hear, I get 12-hour shifts. What is this? He's like closing his eyes. His eyes are starting to drip a little. You can see him like stumble, and then he starts. As you kind of get closer, he sits down in his chair and then leans back.
Nice. So this seems quite opportune. So I'm gonna sneak by.
Give me a stealth check. Cool, 17. All right. As you kind of tiptoe your way through, you start walking through, and then you hear him. You hear a.
Oh,
You sound.
can
asleep.
I stop
Yeah,
and make a pickpocket check?
you can certainly try.
Okay, that would be a sleight of hand.
Uh huh. Oh, you son of a bitch!
Gimme!
Okay. He is out, but you do notice something tied to the side of his to the side of his armor. You see a pouch that's in it, and then you quickly, as you kind of walk by, you take a look, make sure nobody's looking around. You reach real quick, untie it, and then pull it back in.
Nice.
Yep.
So I
And
got
then
his
you
pouch.
Yep, you're in town.
Let's roll. Can I check out what's in the pouch really quick before everybody else's turn start?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
What do I get, baby?
All right.
It's like It's like a slice of cheese. Like a slice of cheese and a
Give me
copper
a
coin.
D100 real quick.
Yeah,
A
you know those
D100?
cards keep.
Yeah,
cheese
give me
puffs
a
up.
D100.
Oh God. Okay.
92. Okay. So you find wait, what the heck happened to this? 1 second. Okay. So you find 5 silver in the bag, so you can add 5 silver to your inventory in D&D Beyond.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then you also find what looks like an unsent letter addressed to this addressed to his mother.
Oh, can I put the note back?
The contents. Are you reading the note?
No, I'm not
Okay.
interested in the note. I'll
Alright,
put it
you go-
underneath his seat and then continue on.
You go
He got
back.
jigged. He got stolen from. I took his month's rent. It's enough. I'm not taking his mom's note.
All right, so you put the note underneath the chair and then you
Yeah.
slip back out.
He's
Okay.
gonna be moving back in with his mom after I'm done.
All right. Okay. So all 3 of you guys kind of arrive. It takes a couple seconds to bear, but you do notice the location that the GPS is pointing is near the edge of the town, kind of in the more rundown area.
Nice. What about Melvin?
He's not here.
Oh,
I
I
don't know
see.
about the rest of them, but I'm still going to this temple.
Okay.
When you
I'm
say
gonna go to the
more
temple.
run down, like, should I have like a weapon drawn, or is it just kind of like crappy?
It's kind of crappy. It's kind of like a little bit filthy. As you kind of enter the town, you see various buildings. They're all kind of lined next to each other. There are some yards. It's not completely like a building to building to building city. There are some spacing. All the roofs kind of have shingles. You can kind of see some of them as they get closer to that area start to get run down. But the main street, as you follow it down the road, gets nicer and nicer as you get closer, further up a hill. And then you can see very close to the top of the hill what looks like a giant temple with a dragon on top of it. And then some folks just around town. There's kind of a market over here a little bit further as you enter, and then some residential. There's kind of like a small park to your east.
I'm gonna head generally towards the direction of the GPS. That's my first stop.
Okay. All right, so you head over there.
I'm also going to try and not pull out my phone conspicuously.
Sure.
Like if I need to check it, I want to like duck into an alley and like under my coat check it.
Okay.
Because
You're supposed to hold it over your head and try to get a good signal, like
Yeah.
real life. Make everybody freak
All
out.
three. Oh, actually, Vincent, you don't have to give me. Actually, Jax doesn't have to. I'm just gonna use your other stealth roll. All right. Yeah,
Okay.
Alex, give me a stealth roll. As you're kind of trying to sneakily check this phone and trying to figure out where the heck you are, as you're not running into buildings. 17. Okay.
Very good.
So it takes you a while, just because the way that the town's kind of built, you just run into a fence, as you're kind of just straight lining it. So it takes you about 30 extra minutes to just kind of make your way there, but it doesn't seem like anybody's following you. What you see is kind of like a more spacious, but more kind of run down. All these buildings looks very old. You can kind of see some of the people out. It's starting to get dark, but you notice that the people who are out and about, they're either dirty themselves, they're drunk, some of them are kind of just stumbling around town in this part. Seems like kind of a more cheaper area of town. But you do see what leads you to kind of a rundown building, but you do see a symbol in the front, the CC, that's overlapped on each other. Looks like two horseshoes overlapped on top of each other.
So it's not the exact same symbol, but it's reminiscent of that symbol?
Yeah, yep, similar. It's not exactly a C, you know, just a horseshoe.
Is the building like locked up, windows barred, or is there like a front door?
There's a front door. Looks like there's a light inside and a light outside. You can kind of see as you kind of approach it. Donberry Inn.
Okay. Then I kind of want to just walk up to the front door and then see if I can like grab a seat and get a drink and start chit-chatting with either the bartender or people who happen to be sitting at the bar.
Okay. So we'll hold off on your story there. Vincent, as you kind of walk your way into the middle of town, you start passing by people. Looks like they're starting to close up shop, saying how it's starting to get late. But you see what looks like could have been like a market of some type. As you walk through it, you see some people just closing shop, getting all their belongings and their goods and bringing it back home to them. There are various races, so it's kind of, you see a goblin here, you see a tiefling there, well, what looks like a demonic being there, and a couple of short people just kind of walking around. Yeah.
I don't say too much. If I see like one person by themselves, I'll pull them aside and be like, "Pardon me. Have you seen an elf fella come through here not too long ago?"
Yeah. All right. You see a gnome just kind of tying his shoes, just kind of dusting himself off. Not even, probably like 3'4", maybe 4 feet tall. He kind of starts looking at you.
Yes. Pardon me.
What do you want?
I was just curious. I've misplaced a friend of mine. I heard he was around
How
here.
you lose a friend? What happened?
You know, it's just a new city, and
Oh, you're new here.
Yep.
Hey, how's it going? What's your name?
The name's my name's Vince.
Why'd you struggle there, Vincent?
Just I feel a little off. I've
Alright.
been traveling in the weather.
Gotcha.
know.
It is getting dark.
Yeah.
Well, my name is Theodore.
Oh, nice to meet you,
Theodore the Third.
Oh, Theodore the Third.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm a shoe shiner.
Perfect.
What's
could
what's
use
going on with
some-
you?
I'm just traveling around looking
Ah.
for a place to stay with my friends.
Traveler. Oh, you're here to go check out the church temple?
Yeah, that's where I was heading, but I was just curious if maybe if you've seen an owl fella heading that way. We didn't really talk about where we were gonna meet. so-
Fella. And he starts kind of shaking his hand.
But you don't
Wonder-
get too many of them around here, huh?
No, don't. He kind of reaches out his hand a little bit as he kind of puts his the other hand on his chin. Not sure I seen an owl, fella.
I I think I get what you're trying to do, but sadly I don't have anything to help you remember if you've seen one or not.
Jesus,
so-
are you broke? What's going on? Alright, fuck it. No, I haven't seen one. Jesus, how you more broke than I
The
am?
first copper I get there, though, I'll come get my shoe shined. All right.
Sure. He looks at you. Sure, buddy, sure. Anyways, no, I haven't seen an owl. He should probably, I mean, the church would know.
Yep. Have a nice night. I'll try that. Sorry to bother you. And
Sure.
I'll
Yeah.
make
Hey,
my
prayers.
way. Yep.
Hey,
Prayers.
make sure you throw the whatever money you have to Citra. And he walks
Citra.
away.
I take note of that name. Yeah. Continuing to the chapel. Is it? I mean, you said it's dark. Is it busy at the chapel?
It's not dark. It's like dusk. It's like about to be dark. It's like 5-ish, 6-ish.
Oh, okay.
You see there's some torches, but as you kind of get closer and closer, you notice the church, very dark. It's a bright red with kind of torches aligning it. Very tall peaks, kind of very fuck. What's that type of barbarian?
Very fuck.
No, what's
Conan?
No, it's the design for a church in Germany.
A
Gothic.
Barbican?
Gothic. It's a gothic looking church. Sheesh. You see it's a gothic looking church with high arches, but it's a little bit different than the churches you're used to back in Canada. This church looks like it has spikes, kind of adjourned, with kind of a dragon swirled around the spikes, a red and black dragon. And you can see there is the skull of what looks like a dragon. Looks like a model though, it's not real. Of a red and black dragon kind of attached to a statue. And then it's a statue of what looks like a human being of some type, but the head of it is just the dragon. And you notice the dragon has 5 horns to it.
Does this statue have a plaque or anything?
The statue, if you look at it, you see it is dedicated to the Reclaimer.
All right. I'll.
And then you see underneath it, Don Barry's gift.
Cool.
Don Barry.
Not trying to seem too suspicious, so I'll just, as ominous as this is, and as worried as Vincent is, I will regretfully work my way into said church unless it is closed off. But
Yeah. You kind of shake open the door. It opens fair enough. Fairly large door, about 10 feet tall. As you open the door, you notice probably 4 or 5 people in those black and red robes that you saw. One of them near the front kind of has like a chain and a mace to him. What do you want?
Oh, I was just coming to say some prayers.
Are you new here?
Yes, I just got in not too long ago.
All right, talk to the head master.
Oh, okay.
He's over there, and then you see as you kind of look inside, the first thing you notice is kind of the smell. It smells of incense and kind of smoke, and then some like mahogany wood. It smells deep of that, but you do notice it's very dark. There's only like 20 or so candles that are lit up, and then you can
patrons are in here. Or
about
am I-
4.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm the only one interrupting something.
Yeah. There are certain church benches on the left and right that flank it, that leads up into what looks like a mosaic of a dragon. And then there's kind of like a podium, and then you see the person he was pointing to was an old looking fella near the front who's just praying to said mosaic.
I'll stand like kind of, patiently waiting for him to finish his prayers behind him, and if I see any discerning sign of him dumb, I'll make myself known just by giving like a little pardon me.
Sure. It takes about 5 minutes, and then he kind of reaches back into it. You notice that he has a necklace of some type, and then he starts heading your way.
Hello, I was told to come see the headmaster of this temple. I'm new in town.
Hi, new in town. No, I'm kidding. 1 second.
This town sure is funny.
This town sure has some jokes. I cannot find. Trying to find his name. 1 second. All right. Hello, good sir.
Yes.
May I inquire your name?
It's Vince.
Vince. May I inquire why you're here?
I was told by the orc gentleman out front to come into the temple since I'm new. I've just been traveling around and...
A traveler.
I thought
Here to
this was
pay
a
your
cus-
respects. And then he puts his, kind of aims his hand towards the dragon. Feel free to use the church at all.
Alright.
My name, if you ever need to know.
Yes, what is your name, sir?
Headmaster Colton. I run this establishment, as well as the rest of the town.
Nice to meet you. I'm sure I'll probably be seeing you around then.
Looks like you don't have your pennant.
I must have misplaced it.
Here. And then he hands you his. Take mine.
What's this pennant look like?
It is a spear with a black and red dragon kind of adorned, circling or spiraling across it. And then you can see it's the dragon has the 5 horns that you kind of see about, and it's a red and black dragon on a spear.
Cool.
Mhm.
I'll put it on. I'll try to hold on to this one. You know how travelers can misplace things.
Mhm.
Thank you so much, Headmaster Colton, and I will go
very much.
grab a seat and begin praying to something. Probably not this dragon beast, but
Sure.
praying that I find my friends and.
You see Headmaster Colton kind of walk away, going to a side room. Takes about 10 minutes, but now after that, there are no other patrons, just one other, what looks like a priest of some type, wearing his red and black robes. That's probably the only 2 people there.
Okay, noticing that it's pretty empty. After I just say a few quick prayers, hoping on good fortune to find Alex and Josh, I will kind of just give a slight bow to this dragon statue and head out and I guess survey the town.
Okay.
Again, I'm not really pulling out my phone, so
Sure. Yeah, take a look
I'm
around
hoping
town.
to either come across them or see that symbol or something.
Okay. So we'll go to
I might not
Josh.
find
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to Josh as you kind of wander around town. So you just pickpocketed some gold or some silver here. What are you up to, Josh? Josh. I lost them. Josh. We lost him.
Sorry, I was muted.
Okay.
I was speaking just then. Anyway, where Nader told us to go
Mhm.
was the church, right?
He didn't. Well, he texted you guys. No, it is. If you take a look at the GPS, it is a different direction than church.
Well, okay. We need to spend this pilfered money before he comes asking questions. So I am going to go. What kind of stores or shops are there?
Looks like most of them are closing up.
Damn.
People are kind of packing their bags.
Is
looks
anyone
like it's like-
gambling outside of the bar?
You don't really see any bars on this main street. You see what looks like a restaurant of some sort that's open. That's about it.
Nobody's gambling. Nobody's playing cards. No one's doing anything.
No, not
Man,
really
this
gambling,
is a
playing cards.
sleepy fucking town. Is anyone in the bar?
The restaurant?
Yeah.
Looks like the restaurant's light, like lit up. And you can hear some laughter.
Okay. It's time to spend this 5 silver because
Sure.
I have plenty of money. And it's time to have fun with it. So I'm gonna go into that restaurant, and I'm going to buy a beverage for myself.
Okay. As you kind of reach up to the reach the bar. Hello, good sir. What would you like?
What do you have?
We have water, fine water, some wine, and that's really about it.
I
Water
turn
and wine.
around, I walk out.
Okay. Sir, you sure? That's the last
Yeah,
thing
I
you hear.
walk out completely. So so just looking at the cell phone sneakily, right?
Sure.
Is the GPS is it inside the city walls?
Yeah, it's inside the city walls. Well,
We're
it's
kind of trying to
close.
figure.
It's close. You can't really tell if it's inside the city walls or not, but it's
Mhm.
close. But it is to your west, kind of further away from the.
To your west.
Yeah.
If I follow to the west, what major buildings pop out at me?
You notice that the buildings start to get smaller and more run down as they switch
Mhm.
from like 3-story buildings, 2-story buildings to kind of more 1-story flats into kind of
so the
junky
slums.
buildings.
Yeah, that looks like fun. That looks like my cup of tea. If there's alleyways or anything like that, if there's boxes or anything like that, I'd like to go to where the alleyways are so I could speak to the real people of this town.
Sure.
So
Yeah, as you kind of
I'll
reach
walk
towards
into
one
the
of the
slums.
alleyways. Yeah, as you reach towards one of the alleyways, they're not really slums per se. They're just kind of more cheaper.
okay,
A little bit more run down, a little bit more. Looks like they've been here for a while instead of the fresh and new paint that you see on the main buildings.
is it relatively quiet in this area?
It's definitely silent. But you can hear in the far distance. You can hear some music being played.
Oh, then we'll definitely check out where the music's being played.
Sure. As you approach, you see on a sign, the Dawnberry Inn.
Donberry Inn.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then you see 2 horseshoes pointed towards the right, overlapping each other.
Does the Donberry Inn have any back doors?
There is a back door, but the inn itself doesn't look too big. Looks like
Oh,
maybe,
it's like a shack almost.
yeah, it's kind of more like a 2-story shack. Kind of
Interesting.
has maybe enough for 4 bedrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Oh, so it's not very large at all.
No.
Well, I might as well walk in. It seems to be the only place with any action going on around here.
All right, so you walk in, and then Vincent, you scour through the streets. Nobody's really willing to talk to you.
Yeah. I kind of
As you pass by some people, you hear "Glory to Citro."
I'll just say, glory to Citra, and
Mhm.
kind of keep my head down and keep walking.
Guys joined a cult.
Hey, I'm just trying to blend in, man.
Yeah.
But I guess without having much luck of seeing any familiar faces, I will probably, after about like an hour of walking around, I will kind of dart into a more quiet area and quickly like check my phone and
Sure.
try to get a general idea of where the pain is and like start heading in that general direction.
Yep. All 3 of you guys kind of notice this, but your phone hasn't lost power since that text arrived.
That's creepy.
It went from 0 battery to 100%, and it's not dropping. And
That's
normally, you
about
know your phone. Like it wouldn't last as much as it has lasted.
I have to have it plugged in 24/7.
Exactly.
Can we go into settings? Let's assume these are all iPhones. Can we check out the settings and
Yeah, you could. I mean,
When we get back to Earth, we can make a big profit off of however this technology works.
just these phones don't fucking die? What kind of crazy Chinese technology is this?
Almost
yeah.
like we're in a world with magic.
I don't believe it. I don't
Never
believe in
heard of
magic.
such a thing.
I would love to go to this magic world. My current phone lasts like 4 hours, then it
My
dies.
phone is on like 80%, and that's impressive.
Let's see what mine's on. Mine's on 51% right now, and I charged it while I was driving earlier.
all right. So Vincent,
Yep.
as you can check your phone, you notice it's not too far away. about a couple minutes, but you do hear some music being played in the distance.
Oh, what kind of music?
The music you're hearing right now on Discord.
Oh, let me turn it up. I was so far away, I didn't hear it.
Mhm.
Oh, this is quite nice. So I'll make my way to the kind of welcoming music and hope this is the place I need to be.
Yep. Yeah, you hear it very faintly. You also hear some laughter and some clanging of cups to the other side too. It's fairly quiet, but you hear like two avenues of kind of audio.
Yeah.
As you head towards kind of this area in the music starts to switch to a different song. This song. You notice that the buildings are kind of getting more run down, a little bit older. Looks like these buildings aren't as new as the other ones, are kind of well kept. And then you see a couple lights that lead to the Donberry Inn.
This must be the place.
Yep. And you look on your phone. It is the location. It is the ping.
I'll head inside.
Alright. Going back to Alex. Alex, as you make your way to the inn. Just put you guys outside for now. You notice it's pretty, compared to anything that you've seen in your past life, it is not that great. The tables are kind of misplaced everywhere. There looks like to be about 4 or 5 people in here. And then even with the 4 or 5 people, it's starting to get busy. But you do notice that there's somebody playing some music. And then there is a rat sitting next to him. And the rat is also playing some music.
Nice.
Yeah,
When
the
you
rat's
Like a
say-
little rat man?
Rat, do you mean like a humanoid rat, or do you
no,
like a
mean
just like
Skaven?
an actual rat.
like a
That's
straight
about-
up rat?
What the fuck?
About 6 inches tall.
That is fucked up.
Okay.
Yeah, he's playing some music. He's playing with his little horn that he has. And then you see the person next to him playing it too. Some
Alright,
like
well.
light music. You see at the bar, kind of as you enter, everybody looks at you. You see 2 people talking, chit-chatting at a table down there. The bartender is just kind of cleaning a cup as they do. And he looks at you, kind of a older man, black hair. And then you see a priest of some type just sitting at the table.
Do I have the money that I have from my starting build?
Yes.
Then I want to move over, and I don't want to be near that priest, but I want to sit at the bar and ask the bartender what they've got for drinks.
We have the most basic beer you can think of. And we have some wine. Probably not your type. And that's about it. We have some kind of mixed mead too. It's not the best we can have.
Has anybody ever told you need to work on your salesmanship? I kid. How much will that mead run me?
1 copper.
All right, I'll start with the mead. So I'd like to pay him a copper.
Yep.
And then while I'm sitting here drinking the mead, I want to either, maybe both if it's possible, kind of listen and look around to see if there's anything that clues me in that these are people who are adjacent to the group that I ran into before, or using my thieves can't identify if somebody in here is not quite on the up and up and somebody that I could potentially like
Yeah.
bring into
Give
a
me
conversation.
a perception here.
Let's roll. What do you want me to roll for perception?
Just
Oh, right,
perception.
Sorry, I couldn't find the button.
15. All right. As you look around, the people behind you definitely, they're way too big to be the people that you kind of entered with. And then none of them look Asian. So
What?
Asian.
Oh,
Why?
I mean, I was there too.
Oh,
Human
right.
Richard will get
Oh.
it too. Yeah.
That's what you mean. Okay.
Yep.
We should all look white.
Anyways, and then that priest in holy armor, you can see that priest is kind of not drinking, just has a table, just reading a book. Kind of see that kind of bluer skin. Looks like he has white hair and then kind of blue veins across his body. And then he's just flipping through a book, and you kind of see the person singing and dancing and playing music. Nah, nothing out of the ordinary. You do notice something weird about the priest in that he's the only person that you have seen that has had holy symbol.
Okay.
He's although he does have the necklace, he's not wearing the red and black. He's wearing a white.
All right, then I'm just gonna sit here and work on this drink for a little bit and see if anybody approaches me. And then maybe by the time I finish this drink, I might go try and find a restroom and see if there's anything in the nearby area that I can take a quick peek at.
Sure. As you're kind of starting to take a sip, you see a pretty short gnome kind of walk in.
What?
And then that gnome you feel like looks familiar.
All right. So I take it that's probably Vincent, if I remember who the gnome is. So I'm just gonna keep my eye on him, and then if he starts to approach the bar, I'm gonna try and like motion, like, "Hey, come sit by me."
Okay. Josh, you see an owl-looking person motion towards you.
Okay, so I say in as loud as I can to the bartender, how many beers for 5 silvers?
Mm,
I would
5
like
beers.
to kick him under the table.
I walk up to the table and I slap my 5 silvers on the table and I say, beers for the house.
Got it. And then you look at the two scruffier looking fellows. They have their weapons on the kind of the side of their table as they're kind of drinking, and they look over to you and they just nod. They don't say a word.
All right, word.
And then he hands you 5 beers.
I give one of the beers to my obvious well, maybe I don't recognize him offhand, but I hand the owl a beer. I give the 2 gentlemen a beer.
Give me a perception.
A perception?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You're not really used to seeing an owl, so you don't want to judge. Like,
All
you're
owls
my
look the same.
friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume I don't see cats like that often. I'd probably say something off color, maybe something offensive.
All right,
I
15.
am also disguised still.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not the exact same owl that he would be.
Yeah, you look, you're not sure if he's the same owl. But from your travels, there aren't many owls.
It's like, I'll say this. Like, you remind me of somebody. I'm not exactly sure who, but there's not a lot of featherheads running around. Have I met you before?
Pretty sure if you have, I've met some people, although most of my friends are a lot more subtle than you would be, so maybe it's possible that we don't know each other, but I do appreciate the drink.
Well, hey, what's life without a party? And then I try to, shove the beer down my throat.
Sure. Tastes like a blue moon. Anyways,
tight.
As that happens, you see a dwarf, red-haired dwarf, kind of enter.
I'll just look around.
Everybody's staring at you.
Oh shit.
You see, you see what looks like a bugbear of some type, sitting at the table, with a kind of elf, kind of slimmer elf, that looks kind of honestly like a thief. And then you see what looks like a blue person, light blue skin, white hair, reading a book as he kind of takes his eyes off the book and looks at you. He has the same necklace as you have, but instead of wearing the red and black garb, he's wearing white and gold.
Cool. I didn't mean to kill the party. Birds, keep playing your music, and I'll just.
Yeah. You do
Take a
notice the
seat
rat that's
nonchalantly.
playing like some lute music.
It's literally like a rat.
Yeah. So I'll just take a seat, either unoccupied at the bar, or if there's like a table unoccupied that I can kind of keep an eye on everyone, I'll just kind of keep
DM,
watch.
can I I have 2 extra beer. I have an extra beer.
Yep.
Can I shake the beer at Vincent like, "Oh, hey, you're lucky you got this one."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Hey there, buddy. Another short stack just like me. It's your lucky day.
Hey, ain't
Here's
that
a free
right?
beer.
Hell yeah, I don't have any money, so that does just fine.
Lucky dog."
And I'll come over and join this table with my newfound friends, and I'll just kind of eye them kind of suspiciously. I think I recognize Josh more than I obviously recognize Alex.
You see what looks like a random owl person, and then you see exactly a gnome that you've seen before.
Can owls even drink alcohol without like? That's like birds eating rice. Like, don't they die? Like, won't it expand in their stomachs and they die?
Are you saying this out loud to us, or are you just thinking?
Sorry. No.
So I am a humanoid. I am functionally like I am not a literal owl. I am like an owl human. So.
Yeah, he's like 1 foot tall.
He's just wearing a little suit. It's all adorable and cute.
So while these people are gathering around me, I'm gonna turn to the bartender.
Yeah, you're dead to me now.
You remember that
Goodbye.
time you remember that time
He
you went
has
to
an
work?
automated feeder and a nice water fountain. He lives a nice life,
Where the hell's
and
my
he lets me
asshole cat?
manhandle him.
Yeah, to be fair, you can just leave a cat with some food and they're set for fucking life.
The
They
Yeah,
turtle's
they're
probably
like, oh.
perpetually pissed.
Okay, I'm sorry. I won't bother you.
Perpetually pissed.
That turtle is a mini dinosaur, and it's like, I was hungry all the time.
Yeah, well, just be glad I didn't die, and you also got transported with me,
See,
or else you would have starved to death.
But that's the fucked up part, because that turtle's like 6 foot now. You can't talk
Yeah,
shit
he's-
back. Your pet turtle. Your pet turtle will be like,
I'm his pet now.
I'll like smack the shit out of you. You can't do anything about it.
Just go ahead,
It's
hop
like
in
a-
my pocket.
It's a massive turtle wizard. That's the most fucked up combination.
And to make you feel better, I'm not a wizard. I'm a cleric.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. What god do you worship, and what domains did you get?
Yep, and yep. Actually, I'm the domain of, I think, knowledge. God, I figure that out one day.
All right.
As of right now,
you
you
get
think it's
2?
Vincent Jones.
I am your god.
As of right now, you think Vincent Jones is your god.
You know, that makes sense. I feel like
that's
I see it that way. Yeah.
That's funny.
I somehow draw my power from him. I'll take it.
I'm magical in this world. I don't know it yet, but
This
This is the most ignorant god I've ever seen.
As you guys are finishing up the conversation, these creatures can help you find your room, and then you see both rats just kind of nod, and they
That's
kind of scurry upstairs.
All right, well, I'm following Charles Entertainment Cheese up to my room.
I
Yep.
would try to follow, but I am glued to this bar.
Yeah, I don't know why you can't move your characters. I'll figure out later.
Why can't you move?
I am a weak god.
Can the rest of you guys move your characters?
I can move mine.
Let me try.
Yeah.
Oh,
let me,
you get it
let
from-
me-
I'm sending this email off, and then I should be done for the night.
I
I just need,
should
yeah.
be able to move my dude. Yeah, I can move my guy.
Anthony, do you have the right tool selected? The select tokens instead of the ruler?
Select token.
Yeah.
Yep.
What the fuck?
The key
Like-
6ROXTK something.
What the fuck? That's so weird.
I'll try.
I wish you could
try
send a
refreshing.
screenshot and put it in Discord.
It goes way too quick for me to be able to... I could try to capture it, but I could share my screen.
Maybe something needs to be updated for your browser. What browser are you using?
I'm using Chrome.
Hey, can any of these guys move?
Oh,
What
yeah.
the-
Let me see. Yeah, these ones can move. That one by the bar cannot.
Interesting.
There's so many of me. I've duplicated myself. I'm a
Dang.
strong god.
All right. As you guys all find your rooms, you hear Lysander. Oh, I never told you the name of this world. It's Teliserde. This is the world we call home.
Can we just call it Tellus?
Teliserde?
Telluserde.
Tellus.
Teliserde.
Oh, sir.
Why does that sound so familiar? A world name called Tellus. Where is that from? Or does it mean something? I don't know. Maybe,
How are you so inquisitive?
Oh, no, that was Melvin talking that time. That wasn't the
Oh.
turtle. The
You
turtle
used
wouldn't
to
know.
be in an aquarium. Your world was 6 foot by 5.
Now he is 6 foot by
world is
5.
No, he is 6 foot by 5.
The world is his oyster.
You have ascended way past our capabilities. That is terrifying.
What if he just keeps growing too?
That's the thing. If you leave a pet turtle in a lake, it'll just keep growing. Like, what if he becomes 10 foot and
Oh,
evil?
God. Why would I go evil?
You never know.
Abuse.
You're like, I am the god now.
I wouldn't go evil. I wouldn't go evil unless Vincent go evil.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
we'll
live
go
in a
evil
shell like a
together.
house.
Yeah.
He turns
got
into
room in
like
there?
God, what's that turtle the turtle Pokemon in Pikachu or Detective Pikachu?
Blastoise?
No,
Blasto-
the turtle one.
Torterra, right?
Torterra.
Torterra.
Yeah, he gets the size of
Torterra?
Torterra.
Yeah,
Which
that'd be
funny,
cool.
ironically enough, Torterra is my very favorite Pokemon. He's my absolute favorite Pokemon.
Fucking
Is
Too
it?
bad he's
giant,
not
bro.
the best tank.
Yeah.
I mean, he does have sturdy, but like,
Or he becomes the lion turtle from Avatar.
True.
The last
he'll
thing.
be a walking house.
The last thing you hear Lysander said, "You may not believe us, but you may be our hope to find out what happened to this world
That's
and why the calamity happened.
All right.
I bid you adieu." And then he walks down the stairs.
Wait, a do? What the fuck?
What
Yeah,
the
I'm
fuck?
kidding.
That was French, dude.
Oh God, there's French
Whoa!
people here.
What the fuck?
All the bullshit
Do
ass
we still
languages
have
they got here. They have French. This is fucking garbage.
Do we all have Spotify on our phones? Because I
Yeah,
just play
gross.
music.
As you guys, well, except for Arlo, as you guys all notice, the phones have gone completely blank now.
Ah, Jesus Christ! This Lysander cat. He's got to be from Earth.
So, weird conclusion to draw.
Well, he knows French.
Oh, my apology.
Yeah, what if he's also an untainted?
Probably. I would not. That would not surprise me. That'd be a great twist.
What do you guys end up doing as you guys kind of get settled in your rooms?
Well, obviously, this is a long rest. I'd probably fall right asleep because it was a long ass trip
Yeah.
to walk out there.
I would like to take my belt and tie it to the door.
Sure.
It's like the doorknob, so if anybody tries to open my door in the middle of the night, I hear it.
Fair.
I'll go. I feel pretty well rested after taking it easy and just watching and observing the town for a little bit. I'll go knock on Arlo's door and catch up and see what he knows.
Come on in. Come on in.
That's
Good to see you again.
come
Vincent.
on, dude. What? You be terrified. You're so fucking scared. You'd be
Yeah, I don't know
"Oh,
how I
talk
would handle
like
meeting
that
my
turtle."
pet in real life, but
You'd be like, fuck that shit. I'm not going in there. Fuck that shit.
Oh,
Fucking
shit.
talking to you. He's like bigger than the fucking room. He has to like lower his head.
yeah,
He's,
how
like,
about
looming.
the tiniest guy get the biggest room?
Well, I walked in.
Yeah, you just changed it.
Oh, that music. Hold on.
Let me drop it.
There'd be barely any light. He'd be like standing in front of the door. You couldn't get around him.
It's like a fucking scary movie. Just
Hell yeah!
Through the doorway. Come on in.
He's like, come on in. You know
It's
what
like
to
one of
talk
those
about.
animatronic movies.
Oh my god. I'm
It's
still
like
not
Five
totally
Nights
convinced
at
he's real.
Freddy's.
Yeah.
He's an animatronic.
But just mostly small talk, and I'll ask him why didn't you seek me out sooner? I stayed pretty. I didn't move around a lot during the month I've been hiding here, but what were you up to?
I just figured you're in danger, and I didn't want anyone to follow me if I try to seeking you out like first.
That's fair. So I don't mean to be so like upfront, but I'm guessing you would prefer to stay like this?
Yes, if I can. This
You
is
gotta go back.
new to me. The world is so big and not a cage and in your room.
Yeah,
got it.
yeah, that is fair. Well, I'm glad I know someone here because it's a little intimidating with, well, there used to be so many of them, but now there's just 2 of them and 2 of us, but they seem like good people.
For now.
Yeah.
We can't relax too, we can't be too relaxed. I don't
Gotta
fully
be
understand
tough.
what's going on, but they are
Uh,
still strangers.
Yeah, that is true. I've only spent a day with them, albeit we were, in a life-defying situation together, so we bonded rather close, but it is good to see them again, but it is quite the surprise to see you here. Have grown quite a lot, and to me than anyone else. Like, you carry those robes and stuff. Do you? I guess I haven't seen any spells cast yet.
Mm-mm.
Would I know any by now?
Yes, yeah, you learned a couple.
Okay.
You
I
got all
probably
your
had-
level
had-
3 stuff.
Okay. Also, I haven't put my starting equipment yet. It's like if I click starting equipment, is that like does it give me like default stuff?
It'll give you the options.
Okay. I'll probably set it up later because I didn't have time to set it up today. But I guess my last question is, what would I know about what's going on outside of what what's his name told us? I already forgot his name.
Yeah,
Like-
you get all the details that Lysander's told you. But you also, the biggest thing for you is that you've been growing for this past month, and then finally you feel like you stopped growing, and that's what kind of got you the courage to get you to try to seek out Vincent.
Yeah.
And then as you've kind of tested some of your new abilities, like your speech and stuff like that, you could see that you can like cast spells. It's part of stuff that you've learned.
Yeah. One thing I learned is I have the ability to heal now. It's something I learned on since I've been here. There was a trapped little animal, and I held it in my hand, and it sprung back to life. Well, okay, not sprung back to life, but the wounds it healed, and it was able to, and it fully recovered and scared it away. I don't understand. I don't get it, but I have powers now.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty cool. I just mostly focused it on survival, and I took up observing the night sky here to see how similar it might have been back to Earth, but
Just like at home, we used to just stare at the sky.
yeah, I mean that was my job. I don't know how much of that you really understood. Being a turtle. I really, that is quite fascinating. How much of that did you understand? Just like, do you understand more now, or do you
Is there a
understand the
turtle
same amount?
language? Is there a-
Things that didn't make sense to me back then I like the context make a little bit more sense now. I didn't know it was your job, but I just remember you just love looking up at the sky.
Yeah. I would chart the night skies, and in fact, that's how I saw the meteor, or whatever was coming our way. And surely, I mean, I wonder if there's even an Earth to go back to.
That's a good question. It was pretty bright. I wouldn't be surprised if the entire world was engulfed in that.
Yeah, I mean, those people, that Al, Spike, and Jax, they're from, the United States. I don't know your familiarity with the old world map, but that was quite far from us.
Oh, is that the country that's constantly on fire?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that one.
The one right below us, but yeah, they had to be thousands of miles from where we were, and they experienced the same thing supposedly. I mean, around the same time. It was June 25th.
June 25th. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, what it seemed like they knew each other before they got there, like how
Yeah,
we
yeah.
knew each other.
100%, they all did. There was, let's see, let me try to remember. There was, I think I heard the guy named Anthony, some guy named Melvin, some guy named Richard, Nader, and I don't remember really what their names were. I think they're going by something new now, but I think one was like Josh, and then something with an A, maybe like Alex. I don't know, but so that's what, 6 of them. And
Melvin, huh? I kind of
Yeah.
like that name.
yeah,
I don't know why.
It's not a bad name.
That's fucked up. Fucking giant.
Too bad I named you Arlo, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good thing. We need to go on a quest to put this thing back in its aquarium where it belongs.
So
But yeah.
I'm just wondering if it's kind of weird that it wasn't like all the people who got transported together were near each other. It was just a select few here and a select few there. What makes us so special?
That might be a good question for Lysander. He might, I don't know how much experience he's had with past, I guess, virtuals or whatever they would call it, but it seems like they've been on this operation for some time, but this seems to be one of the only successful ones. But who knows, he might have some previous knowledge about any other previous groups. Or I wouldn't, again, I'm a little, I wouldn't be totally surprised if he was once a sacrifice that got transported here.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, do you think he knows about, like, are there ever been survivors, or are we the first ones?
I mean, surely there had to be survivors, or They
You
seem to
remember him
ha-
saying that there were not any survivors.
I mean, yeah, but that's like none came to him. But
Mhm.
I'm an optimist. I'd like to think
True.
there would have been survivors, and
Uh,
I mean, it seemed like how the people here act on this continent, like they were pretty ready to capture us. Like they seemed to know what they were doing, so it makes it seem like before they have lost people, like in the sacrifices. So but like Lysander said, yeah, no one he knows survived, but
That
who
that
knows?
makes sense. Hmm.
But yeah, I'll let you get some rest. But I just wanted to catch up and see exactly what you've been up to and kind of get your feel for the other two, because
can
mean,
I
yeah,
wake up and knock on the door, DM? Can I just I just want to say something.
Sure.
go for it.
I open the door and I look at the turtle monster and I say, "Do you still eat kibbles from cans?
Not from cans, but anything I could find,
Anything
fish.
you can find. I'm going to bed."
Yeah, like gnome flesh and
Yeah.
no,
But
just
yeah,
joking.
I'm a little tired. I think I'm gonna call it a night here.
Yeah. I'll see you in the morning, I'm sure.
Also, I want it to be known that when I sleep, I tuck my my limbs and my head into my shell, and my
Sure.
shell's on the back. So it's like, so I kind of rock myself
Think,
as I sleep.
How do you? That's crazy. Your limbs have to be so long in order to curl out of that.
He just with eventually with his body weight.
He just
It's
rolls.
Just rockabye babies himself to sleep.
I
like
learned,
flipping
I
a
learned, from,
kayak.
I learned from Futurama how to get from that position once the turtle's on your back. Yeah, you got to keep rocking back and forth. That's how you get it.
Oh man, but yeah, I guess I'll retire to my room too and wait till the morning.
Got it.
All right, sounds like the end.
There is a bit of a change. So long rest is 12 hours. Short rest is gonna be switched from 8 hours to just an hour, to make up for the long rest change. So that's kind of the biggest change here. So you can short rest more often than you normally can. Um,
There must be a lot of fights then.
but the long rest is probably the big one. So, just to make sure Oris is a little bit more useful.
That makes sense.
All right. You guys essentially get enough sleep to be considered full rest, but midway through the night, everybody give me a perception check.
Oh god, it's been a while since I've done this. All right. Oh, you have to. I remember now. I have to.
Click the button, then click
Oh
the thing.
my god.
Oh shoot! I forgot. I switched over to Firefox recently. I don't have that extension. What's it
So
called?
click on your character
click on my
in
character.
Foundry, and then go to skills, and then go to perception.
I'm a plebe. I still stick with Chrome.
Whenever that thing pops up, looks like a bar.
Sorry. Say that again. Do what?
So click on your character, and then like inventory, spells, features, skills pops up.
Where? Oh, literally the token. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, the token.
I'm clicking and nothing showing up.
Oh wait, let me give you access to this. Cool. Try now.
All right, and then skills.
Mhm.
And then
Perception.
perception, right?
Yep.
And then normal roll.
Oh yeah. All right.
All right.
Hey, just like me.
Hey. And better than Jack's.
Man,
Oh yeah.
I
that
got a
seems
really good
accurate.
roll today. All my luck's gone.
True.
You just lost to a perception check to a turtle, man.
I don't fucking know, dog. This world is fucked up.
Look how old his eyes are, man.
I am an older gnome. All of my hands are good.
Spike. As you've kind of are on the most east side of the building, you start hearing, as you kind of wake up from your sleep, you start hearing movement from outside.
Do I have a window?
Yep, you have a window.
Can I don't want to like full on, have a light and like whip the blinds up, kind of like if there are blinds or curtains, like peek a little and see what I'm seeing out there.
As you peek open, the kind of peek out, you notice what looks like a riot or a mob of people. Looks to be about 40, 50, 60 strong. Not really sure the amount. But they all have like weapons. Some of the clergy are there, some of the guards are there. And then they have torches. And they're marching their way towards this inn.
Oh no. Okay. So I'm going to quickly grab all my things, unbooby trap my door, and then run up to each of the doors that everybody's at and just do like a pound on the door and be like, everybody up, we gotta go now.
As you're doing that, you see Lysander running up the stairs. It's time to go. Our plans have accelerated quite a bit.
I'm gonna bring out a character here real quick. My mom just called right then.
Sure.
I missed. What did Alex perceive?
Alex saw a mob of about 30 to 60 people.
Jesus Christ.
There's some peasantry, some guards, some clergy, and then they all have torches, and most of them have weapons.
Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. It's time for us to go.
Our plans have been accelerated quite a bit.
Uh,
I'm gonna pivot to Lysander. Lysander, do you have somebody who's local to the town that would be willing to be a distraction for us?
We do have the bartender.
Okay, just gonna throw this out there. I say that we throw the bartender out the window,
What?
and then no, listen. He's gonna
All
frame
right.
us as the bad guys. They already think we're the bad guys, so he's gonna like stall them for however long he can. Be like, holy shit,
Dang, he
they
might
threw me
die.
out the window. Like they're all gonna focus on him while we just run out the other side. So we use him as a distraction.
But what if they don't?
Well, normally when somebody comes flying out a window, people are typically curious why that person flew out a window. So
It's not going to stop a group of 40 people.
I can create a silent image.
I guess this is an American thing.
You aren't even.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a Canadian.
Canadians are much
You're
more
not even
polite.
Canadian. You're a turtle.
He's an actual
Canadian
Canadian
turtle, though.
citizen.
Turtle.
He was born in
You know
Canada.
that? You have no concept of nationality.
Hey, he thinks America's on fire, so that's pretty.
To be fair, dogs in different countries respond to different calls.
What? That's cool.
Okay, as an alternative, we could throw me out the window, and then while they're
Oh
distracted, I can just
yeah.
fly away.
Can
Yeah,
you
that's
fly
dope.
now?
I can fly, right, fam?
Oh,
He
yeah,
flies
yeah, you learned
now?
how to fly.
Cool.
He flies now.
Oh, nice.
Wait, you'll fly away, but what about the rest of us?
I'm
We
the
gotta sneak out.
distraction. You guys go out the front door, and then you throw me out a window, and I fly away, and I distract them by fucking off into the
Flying
sky.
Ugh, hopefully he could dodge all the shots of whatever they shoot at him, but good luck, buddy.
Unless
don't
these
think-
guys are as dumb as a turtle, I don't think they're gonna all chase after
This
one
turtle
person.
says turtle puns. That is the last straw.
You see, Lysander.
Did
I
many of
don't
them
think
have
he's. I don't think he's.
crossbows, arrows?
You. From what you see, they mostly have melee weapons.
I mean, we could
Oh,
try
okay.
fighting our way out and just run in for the, wall or whatever. This has to be most of the population of this town.
This town probably 1,000.
Oh, well, this has to
Wow.
be a decent-sized population of the town, maybe like 8% or quick math, I don't know.
Doesn't
6%?
seem like it's everybody, but here, I'll go get a distraction. You go as soon as the distraction starts. You'll know. And then he starts running over, and then you hear some like rumbling downstairs. You see the two rats. They come upstairs and they start beckoning you to follow.
Following.
These rats seem to know what they're doing. Follow the
I
rat.
trust him.
If a rat's willing to guide me around, it says more about the rat than me.
And then you see the two, you see the elf and the bugbear kind of just brace for the front door. You hear Lysander talking to the bartender. All right, we gotta go. We gotta buy him some time. And then the bartender kind of runs out. They start going out. All right, good luck. Just know that there's a house on the outskirts of town that you can use to skip the walls without going through any of the gates. Take that as your escape.
Damn.
These boys will lead you. They'll make sure that you get out safely.
How's
Right,
this
and-
big freakish turtle gonna sneak out of here? All right.
They run out, and then you hear, because the walls are not that too thick. You hear, guys, what's the matter? What's the commotion? And then you hear, a familiar, Vincent. You hear a familiar voice.
Do you know someone else here?
You hear
I met
Colton.
someone else. Yeah.
You hear
Uh.
Colton. One of the escapees went to your establishment, and I assume you know a thing or two about it. Vincent. Oh shit.
Scary!
Freaking insidious.
Is this his way? He's about to betray his guys. Just trust me on this one.
Oh, I'm still Colton!
Just trust me on this one. He's gonna betray
He
us.
starts turning into a werewolf all of a sudden. Like, what the fuck? What's happening to me?
That was scary.
That actually scared the shit out of me.
As you hear Colton, a certain Vincent Jones, an untainted perhaps, he visited my church.
I thought my name was Vince.
Who is this guy, Vincent?
He's the leader here in this town. We best hurry, though. I thought I was making a good acquaintance by trying to play along, but I guess he fooled me.
You hear? Now, burn this structure down. And then a couple torches get thrown at the building, and then you can see parts of it catching on fire. Out of the way, or we will slay you too. And then you hear them approach.
Guys, I think that's our signal.
This
Yeah,
is the
we
cue.
should be-
This is the cue. Go, 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 go. And then they all sprint out.
Huh.
Yep.
You
Alright.
hear.
And then Arlo gets stuck in the door because he's a giant fucking turtle. You have to slide out like a coin. You have to slide out like a coin in a coin slot.
I just walk sideways. There we go. Turn myself sideways. Shuffle out.
You hear the bugbear. Pied. Make sure they get it out. Make sure they get out alive. And then these two kind of flank the doors. Go.
Thank you for this.
Running off into the ether.
So the rats start chasing after, and then as you guys start sprinting, a fire starts catching on the inn. And then you see, as you're looking back, you hear the elf and the bugbear. Well, look at the time. We have some Ardens to kill. Ardenians to kill. And then you hear, get them. From some. And then you hear some light clashing.
Oh.
And that's where we're in the session. As you guys are
All right.
fleeing the inn, or the rundown tavern. And then you hear some fighting at the very end.
Alright.
Yeah,
Very
you're
good.
running away with Pied and his rats. And he happens
Nice.
to be a piper.
Boo.
Oh, nice. That's like his class?
He happens to play a pipe.
Oh. I was like,
What
yeah,
race?
that's
Is he
kinda
the
dope.
bugbear?
No, this is a human with 2 rat companions.
Oh, okay.
2 rat familiars.
Sure.
2 pet
Uh,
rats. Got
That's
it.
where we're in the session here.
Pit rats. That's cool.
Alright.
Good shit, fam.
As you get
Hell yeah,
more
thank you,
details
thank you.
about the world that you're in. Also, I fucked up I forgot about the audio for half of this session, so I'll probably just cut. I'll probably cut
Dude.
the VOD to
Post it.
have only the audio, so it might be weird, but
That
so-
scare score was the best part of the whole experience. I felt
Right.
every second.
That was good.
that was good. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit.
I'm like, what? So the weird thing is that the videos that are in this playlist are at different. Well, I need to use Spotify probably because
Yeah.
they're all the same
Yeah,
audio.
YouTube's bad with that.
Yeah, all the audio is all left, right, center, and then at least Spotify, all the audio is together.
Mm.
Wait, no, I can help you with that. YouTube's just bad. There you go.
Yeah.
True.
And so, yep. In 2 weeks will be the next session.
All right.
Yeah.
Alright, y'all. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm
Welcome
glad,
to the
yeah,
campaign.
I'm late, but here I am.
As you bring in
better late
your
than never.
monstrosity of a character.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
character is fucking terrifying.
Bro, Melvin brought up to me, he's like, can I play a not human? And I was like, okay, yeah, what are you thinking? And he's like, I want to play a turtle that turned into a turtle. And I was like, that's fucking hilarious. I'm greenlighting that. I'm going to go figure out whose turtle that you're with. And then I asked Anthony first and he agreed.
I was like, sure, because I figured everyone else already had connections.
Yeah.
So,
At least you know somebody.
We should have
You
just
know,
been. We should have just been Richard's Tabaxi cat Momo turned Tabaxi.
God, that'd be
So,
funny.
yeah, and I was like, before I was watching the VOD yesterday, I was like when I was watching it, you were talking how Melvin was at the party. I was like, what the hell's gonna happen to me? and apparently, I came back and died again.
Hey, you came through with us, but they only needed 5 for the horns, so
So they killed Anthony and Melvin.
unfortunate. You guys are the closest ones to the spear.
Yeah.
Nothing could have stopped it. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Who could have stopped them?
Maybe their ghosts will haunt us later.
But yeah, yep. You're finding about Telesurde, which is the world. Ardennes is the current country you're in, and then these guys are from Cal.
Oh yeah.
California. Girls are unforgettable. All right. But yeah, I think that's it. So.
all right, guys.